Welcome to the July 2024 Star Wars Canon Update. Last month we got the last 3 episodes of The Acolyte, a new book, and 7 comic issues, so let's dive in. The Acolyte completed its first season, once again sparking no controversy at all. We've talked plenty about the show already, and I assume anyone watching this video would have seen The Acolyte for themselves, so I won't spend a long time here. The biggest canon implication for the series is the brief live-action introduction of Darth Plagueis, who is quite literally hiding in the shadows watching the stranger in Dosha. The Rise and Fall of the Galactic Empire was a new in-universe history book that was very much up my alley. There isn't much in the book in the way of new canon details, it's more about taking a look at all the existing stories surrounding the Galactic Empire and bringing them together to analyze its rise and fall as if all those stories were true. Movies, series, video games, books, comics, short stories, mobile games, everything was taken into consideration, and I thought it was delightful. The High Republic issue 9 had me worried for a second because I thought too much was going on for the series to end next month, but Comic-Con announced that we would be getting more High Republic comics, which was a huge relief. In this issue, the bombs on the space station exploded, killing Tarek, which was a shock. Keeve fought Baron Bulin, who ran off with Skier, promising to return his strength in the Force. While they escaped, Lorna D crashed her ship into Bulin, so she'll probably be able to lead Keeve and the others to wherever they're headed. In the High Republic Adventures issue 7, Zeen and Lula both independently plan to propose to one another. Meanwhile, Crix goes a little rogue and gets back to Nile space with a plan to lead the others to Marchion Ro so they can all assassinate him. Or maybe he's going very rogue and plans to betray them all, we're not sure yet. Either way, he makes it back to the Gaze Electric. Star Wars issue 48 had some sad exploration into Leia's survivor's guilt and struggles to constantly care about everything and everyone and act as a permanent symbol of hope for the entire Rebel Alliance. She and Luke head off to investigate the disappearance of some of the surviving Alderaanians we first met way back in the 2015 Princess Leia comic, but that wound up being a trap set by Leia's old nemesis, Zara. It definitely feels like the series is wrapping up, revisiting a lot of loose ends and providing them with some closure. Darth Vader issue 48 continued Sabe's attack on Luke, but of course he peacefully shuts it down. Mostly peacefully anyway, proving that he can control his anger, unlike Vader. Speaking of his father, the Schism Imperial finally turns on him, revealing that Sly Moore hopes to become the Emperor's new apprentice, figuring that she'll be the only option left if she kills Vader and Luke. Obviously that won't work, but I'm glad that we might be seeing the final chapters of Sly Moore's story. The first issue of the Inquisitor series introduced a new Jedi living on the run who is appropriately named Tensu Run. He's kinda like Cal Kestis, saving people on his own, becoming a bit of a legend, which of course the Inquisitorius can't have. The Grand Inquisitor goes on the hunt, cutting down several Jedi survivors along the way until Tensu decides to fight back. The final issue of Darth Maul, Black, White, and Red was alright, probably my least favorite of the bunch. The art was still nice, but the story was on the sillier side. Maul is sent to meditate at an old Sith temple, but people keep interrupting him, so of course he murders them all. The first issue of the Ahsoka adaptation is the same as all the other live-action series comics. It's the first episode in Fast Forward. Nothing much new to report, and instead of saying exactly that for the next 7 months, I'll probably just not cover this series unless something substantial is added. For Story of the Month, I'll go with the series finale of The Acolyte. It had an awesome lightsaber fight between Sol and the Stranger, and gave us our first live-action look at Darth Plagueis. In August, we're getting the premiere episodes of Young Jedi Adventures Season 2, the book Beware the Nameless, the 3rd installment of the Edge of Balance manga, 7 new comic issues, and of course, Star Wars Outlaws right at the end of the month. The Canon Update will return in early September to cover all those new stories. Until then, please like this video, subscribe to the channel, follow us on our socials, and consider checking out our Patreon page. As always, thanks for watching, and may the Force be with you.